no plans at all. Evil man's always transcending. Follow like sheep, swallow everything. Always simpletons or pretending.
This is your moment of clarity from LeeCamp.net. We hear about all the detainees at Guantanamo Bay in a military prison, and to be honest, most of us don't know what the goes on down there. I mean, it's Cuba, it's probably nice weather, they probably sit out by the pool with a big old Cuban cigar, dipping their toes in the water, right? But we do know it's not very pleasant there because nearly 2/3 of the 171 prisoners are on hunger strike right now, not eating anything since February. They're so miserable, they would rather die of starvation than stay there. I've only been in 3 situations in my entire life in which I'd rather die of hunger than be there, and I know what you're thinking, but actually only 2 of them were Nicolas Cage movies. But even if it is bad there, it's tough to feel bad for those detainees. After all, they're the epitome of evil, right? The perfect example of villainous. They put the turd back in Dastardly, right? But in fact, almost all of the detainees have not even had charges against them, and 89 of them have been cleared for release by the military and the courts. The courts. You remember those things? Funny room, guy in a black dress thinks he's better than everyone. They were big in the 80s. Anyway, the courts have said, these men have done nothing wrong. We demand you set them free. And then Congress has responded, what's that? Make them some tea? Yes, it's high time they had some tea. And basically that's been going on for the past 5 years. No wonder these innocent imprisoned men have decided to starve themselves to death. They're sick of all the tea. I said in a previous video that we have not just ceded the moral high ground, we've teabagged it. And now I realize that was more accurate than even I knew at the time. Think about how we react when another country does this. We all remember when Russia sentenced the members of the band Pussy Riot to 2 years in a prison camp for singing 3 sentences of a song in a church. The entire world was furious, and they're still in prison right now. But at least the Russian courts had the nerve to pretend there was some kind of ridiculous singing charges against the riotous Pussy. At least they had that much respect for the long, prestigious history of kangaroo courts. But in the case of Guantanamo, even the courts can't find anything to charge these men with. 89 men have been cleared for release and yet are not being released. Plus, you remember that swimming pool I told you about? I heard it's over-chlorinated. It stings the eyes. It stings the eyes. That's been your moment of clarity from LeeCamp.net. Go to closeguantanamo.org to learn more about this and figure out how to contact your congresspeople about it. By the way, I leave for my England, Scotland, Ireland, and Belgium tour tomorrow. 19 shows in 24 days. Don't miss it. Come on out. Go to LeeCamp.net/schedule to get the details and the tickets. Also, the music at the end here is by my friends in the band Hyrosonic. Check out their stuff. Thanks a lot. Keep fighting.